Peace, guys. Welcome back to ZENSFXHUB, where macro and markets is simplified. In this video, we're going to talk about the US tariff updates and what traders need to know moving forward and how we could take this information and bring it to the markets. What's happening? The main points that we're going to discuss in this slide is how US tariffs on Europe are creating global market volatility. Greenland negotiations could make or break this tariff outcome. And traders need to know how gold, silver, the US dollar, and Euro USD may react to what's going on. So Trump targeted 8 European nations. He targeted Denmark, Norway, Sweden, France, Germany, UK, Netherlands, and Finland. Okay? Start in February, he said that there may be a 10% tariff rate on these countries, and it could go up to 25% by June. Okay, and what triggered him to do this was the fact that he's trying to get a deal with Greenland, and if it doesn't go his way, then these tariffs are coming. He's not, playing no games. So the deal that he wants when it comes to Greenland is he wants strategic access. He wants access to the land, the resources, and their military presence. So tariffs are being used as leverage to meet these demands in order to reduce or avoid tariffs. Okay, so it's either you listen to what I'm saying and what I want, or these tariffs are going to come regardless of how you feel. And Europe is pushing back, calling these tariffs dangerous because tariffs could hurt their economies, raise prices, and trigger a trade war. All right, so the reason why Trump wants strategic access to Greenland, it's because the U.S. military will have advantage in the Arctic. They will have control over emerging trade routes and access to critical natural resources. As the Arctic ice melts, Greenland becomes a key geopolitical and economic checkpoint between the U.S., Europe, Russia, and China. And I said this in my video before, but I'm going to say it again. When it comes to China and Russia, they're pretty much the United States rivals, right? Trump is trying to put the U.S. in a situation where it doesn't have to depend on these countries. And he wants to put the U.S. in a position where those countries will have to depend on the U.S. So he wants all the leverage so everybody can come knocking at the U.S. door like, yo, we need this, we need that. Can we do this? Can we do that? All right. So just to sum it up. So what Europe is doing, like, as a response, the EU threatened to retaliate with its own tariffs, trade blockades, and delaying deals. Industry leaders warned that auto and manufacturing sectors could be hit first. This could escalate into a full-blown trade war with NATO allies, okay? So, in other words, the U.S. is pressuring its own partners. Remember, guys, Europe and the United States are allies. They're on the same team. So the fact that Trump is putting tariffs on its partner, once again, just goes back to what I said in my other video when I was talking about how Trump is pro-America. He doesn't care about no other country. He doesn't care about how people are going to feel, how they're going to react, if it's fair, if it's right. He doesn't care. He's just trying to put the United States in a place where it has a lot of leverage. All right. So he's even willing to go against the people that, not people, but he's willing to go at it with countries that, have an alliance with one another. So this is why the situation is more serious than a normal trade dispute. Like, it would be normal for China and the United States to be going back and forth because they're rivals. So rivals go back and forth. But to go back and forth with someone that you're in alliance with, it's kind of crazy. So this is affecting more than just Europe. U.S. tariffs are already high in China, Mexico, Canada, and Brazil. Supply chains can be disrupted, which leads to rising costs for goods and commodities. Tariff uncertainty equals market volatility and inflation risk. So tariffs slow things down and make stuff cost more, pretty much. Okay. So market impact. The key assets that can be impacted by this is the certain stocks. Export heavy sectors may be under a lot of pressure, like the auto and the machinery sectors, okay? Safe haven assets like gold, silver, the US dollar may rise on this tension. And I threw in the yen and the Swiss because, like I said before, there are 4 safe havens: the US dollar, gold, the yen, and the Swiss. So we might see those things go up in value as well. Currencies that may be affected by this because of this tension, right, is the won and the euro. Okay, so these are some things that you can look out for and see. Take this information and match it up with the technicals to be able to, make some money. So what can happen next? All right, what big moves can be triggered from what's going on? Okay, so one, if the Greenland deal fails, tariffs will continue to escalate, making Europe retaliate. All right. If a deal is reached, tariffs may drop and markets may, have a short-term relief because, they don't got to worry about the uncertainty and the tension going on. But ongoing risk will still cause volatility, inflation, and supply chain uncertainty. Okay. So this is what we have to look out for. So what I want you to take away from this is watch out for auto, metal, and commodity sectors. Track Euro USD, the US dollar, gold and silver for safe haven moves, and stay alert with geopolitical and tariff news because they will create quick market swings that you can capitalize off. If you are going to put yourself in a position to trade this information, please make sure you are risking properly. Don't just take this information and be like, oh yeah, uncertainty, tension, gold going up, I'm gonna risk my whole entire account. Don't do that. Make sure you're risking properly so that you can live to trade another day. The whole point of all this shit is so that we can wake up every day, trade, do what we love, make money, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So risk properly. All right. As always, if you found value in this video, if you took something from it, if you learned something from it, if you love it, like, subscribe, comment below, whatever. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, my mouth is killing me, but I'm still gonna show up and do these videos for y'all. For real. Like, my shit is on fire right now. But I'll see you guys in the next video.